What's happening, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and this is another round of total chaos. We got some NBA action that's going down this Wednesday, April the 6th, and I've got these two expert handicappers from Winners and Winers here to give us their play on the over or the under. Before we get this party started, I need everyone to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. That is step one. That way we can keep sending you all this free content. Step two, check out our sponsor, Caesar Sportsbook. You're going to use the promo code MORNINGCZR. That's going to get you hooked up with up to $1,100 in first bet insurance for all new accounts. So with me today, like I said, as promised, the Winners and Winers dudes. I've got Scott Reichel. You're the champ from last week. You beat Cameron Ross. How you doing, Scott R?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Unfortunately, Carolina wasn't able to pull out the win there, but at least they're not Duke, so it could be worse.
So I feel like you've been waiting for this whole time just to say that to me. But I can do this to you, and we can just move about our lives. I don't feel like we really need him, Steen. I don't feel like we do.
No value. No way. Gone.
No, it was a great game. Good game. It is what it is. You win them, you lose them. I had a blast. I had parladies in town. We all went up to the bar, 5 of us girls just screaming at TVs. It was great. Scott Steen, how are you doing, friend? How'd the championship treat you?
Well, not great. I had KU, but I laid the points. I definitely didn't need him to step out of bounds going up court after Manic threw the ball out of bounds. So
that was a game changer right there. That was
it was a game changer for bettors. It made no difference at all as far as the winner of the game goes. But yeah, it certainly was for everybody that was laying 4.5. That was a horrible stepping on the out of bounds line. But we really lost it early in the game when Kansas blew 3 or 4 layups, and they were pretty bad at the line, especially. I'm gonna tweak Scott one more time. The tournament MVP, Agbaji, was 3 for 8 from the line, and that killed us. Just a couple more. Just go 5 for 8, dude. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
But he really head and shoulders deserved that award, right, Scott?
Not even close. It should have been McCormick, but I didn't have any actual money on it. I just mentioned that on the air yesterday. I still have no idea how he won the award.
That McCormick, like when Brady Manic went down from that McCormick elbow, which was not a foul. I agree with that completely. It was just a basketball play, but I about peed myself. Like, holy smokes, because we all remember what happened when Brady went down in the Baylor game. Like that he didn't go down and fouled out, but the whole game shifted. I'm like, we're 3 minutes in. This can't happen right now. I was rooting for UNC. That was my pick in the team I wanted to win.
That poor bastard. I hate him from his time at Oklahoma. I got to see him a lot, but holy crap, they couldn't stop beating up that kid last night. And it was a lot of inadvertent stuff, but man, he took a lot of shots across the mug.
He did, but you got to give it to him. Like, he really showed what a tough kid he is.
He's a gamer. He's a gamer. No question about it.
You take a freaking elbow to the forehead from McCormick and you don't shed a tear.
Yep.
Like, I see you, Brady. I see
that just started his night too. Yeah, that was brutal. So I'm ready to put college basketball in the rearview mirror. It was okay for us this year, but yeah, not ideal. So
yeah, I was trying new things this year. It was a good season, but I'm ready for baseball. I'm definitely ready for baseball season.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get this party started. We're going to start off with the Nets at the Knicks. It's 232. Reichel, you're the champ, so you're going first. What do you say?
I'm going to take an under with the Nets. And I'm taking the over. The Nets have allowed at least 119 points in each of their last 4 games. We know the Knicks have started to embrace a youth movement there. They have been playing more up-tempo with the younger guys. The Knicks have allowed at least 119 points in 2 of their last 3 games. I expect the Nets to score 120, maybe more. They kind of need to win every game if they're going to compete for that 9 spot in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to take the over. The Nets with Kyrie are on pace to have the worst defense in the history of the NBA. I'm not taking the under.
And you're not just saying that. That's real numbers.
Oh,
right?
No, that's a number.
Yeah,
this season, the Nets are on pace for the worst defense of all time. So
yeah, that's intense. That's why I wanted to make sure our viewers know that's real life right there. Scott Steen, over or under the 232, friend?
I'm going slightly under. He's right about the Nets. They are just dreadful defensively, giving up 128.1 in their last 9, but they may have the right opponent here in the Knicks. Knicks, 27th in the league in offense, 106.5 points per game. They've upped that a little bit over the last couple of weeks or so, scoring 108 in their last 7. I've got this one in the in the mid to high 220s. I'm going to take a slight lean on the under here.
All right, keep us rolling along. We've got the Thunder at the Jazz. It's 223.5, over or under.
There we go. Sorry, your lineup was not like mine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was kind of filling them in. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the over here. This is a Thunder team that has been pretty good against the number, but the defense has definitely struggled. They've given up 120 or more in 5 of their last 8 road games, 117 points against in that stretch. The Jazz, despite not playing very good basketball on the defensive side, they have averaged 120.7 points per game over their last 7 at home. I've got this one over 223.5. I've got it capped about 226. So I'll take the over there.
Do we agree or disagree, Rachel?
No, we're actually going to disagree on this one, mostly because of the fact that I'm not sure how many points Oklahoma City's actually going to get you, because they've played 3 times already this season, and Oklahoma City has scored less than 105 in each of those 3 meetings. Now, you're talking about Oklahoma City and how pretty much everyone worth a damn got injured over the course of the last couple of weeks, but they really don't have much talent. I know Utah's been struggling, mostly maintaining leads, but Gobert should still do enough to patrol the middle. Offensively, they rely a lot from 3, so I don't know if I really want to gamble on Utah getting hot again from downtown, but it's really just daring Oklahoma City to potentially break 100 in this game, which I'm not sure they're actually going to do, so I'm going to go with the under.
Yeah, Jazz will be on back-to-back from the they play the Grizzlies tonight, don't they? So that should be an intense
yes,
one.
They do.
Yeah. Might be a little tired there. All right, roll with me. The Mavericks at the Pistons. It's a 221. Over or under, Rachel?
I'm going with the under. Detroit offensively, not very good. Detroit ranks 28th in offensive efficiency. Now, Cade Cunningham is supposed to be back for this game. However, Jeremy Grant is still out for the year, and he was their leading point scorer for the majority of the season. Plus, Dallas ranks last in pace and 7th in defensive efficiency. So Dallas is definitely a very solid defensive team. And the first meeting this season landed 202, kind of similar to my thoughts on Oklahoma City. I'm not sure Detroit gets to 100 here, so I'm not going to take the over.
All right. What do you say, Steam?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Rachel in this one. The Mavs, second in the league in points given up per game. However, they have not been good lately, giving up 117 points per game over their last 5. The over's 5-0 in that stretch. But the Pistons, not a good defensive squad at all. They are 28th in the league in points, and the under has cashed 8 of their last 9 home games. I'm going to take the under 221 as well. We'll agree for the first time.
Love a good trend. All right. Celtics at the Bulls. It's 225, Steen.
Yeah, I got the over here. Boston is really doing a great job on the offensive side of the ball. They average middle of the pack. They're 111 points per game. That's good for 13th, but they have turned it up here in the last couple of weeks, 127.9 points per game over their last 8. And the over is 6-2 over that stretch. Chicago, they are not a great defensive team, especially against good squads. They're a team that does well against the dregs. They struggle against good teams. The Celtics definitely a good team right now. They've given up 126 or more, 6 of their last 10. Those have all been good teams. I think we get another one tonight. I'll take the over 225.
Do we agree twice in a row or not so much?
I'm going with the over as well. Boston in the last 2 games is averaging 136 points per game. I'm not taking an under when you're a threat to go for 140 at any given time. Each of the first 2 meetings this season also had at least 226. But Boston offensively has been so good with Tatum and Brown. I think they could potentially score 130 again here. So I'm going with the over.
All right. I love it when we agree. Those tend to be the money makers on the show, people. Wizards at the Hawks, 228.5. What do you got for me? Right, Shell.
To me? Okay, sorry. I'm going with the over in this one. Each of Washington's last 3 games have had at least 237 points, and each of Atlanta's last 4 games have had at least 237 points. If you notice a trend there, it's that both teams don't guard anybody, because Atlanta ranks 26th in defensive efficiency, Washington ranks 25th. This total's too low. I see a track meet here where Atlanta probably gets to 120 by themselves. I'm going with the over.
All right. 3 in a row, or are we going the other way?
3 in a row. Wizards over. Wizards overs cash 3 straight, 13 of the last 18. The Hawks, like Scott said, putting a lot of points on the board, 128.6 over their last 5. Yeah, not too much to say here. Atlanta offense getting a little better, defense not getting any better at all. I got the over here. And by the way, you say the ones that we tend to agree on, those are the good ones. However, I would also make the case that the ones we disagree on, you have a guaranteed winner there. You just got to figure out who gave it to you.
That's true. That's true. You got to handicap your handicappers. I say that all the time.
That's right.
All the time. Okay, so this one, last game for the round is the Suns of the Clippers. We got 230. We were kind of shocked that the number was 230. And I just want to remind all of our viewers that we filmed this show the night before. So we film on a Tuesday night for Wednesday games. So these lines can definitely shift. When I just decide who's the winner or loser, I go off the number I gave you, but that could shift and maybe, you take it under something else. It doesn't work out. So just be aware that these lines are subject to change. So Steen, what do you got? Suns Clippers 230. What did you think the line should be?
Yeah, I had it about 224, 225. I definitely didn't have it this high, but these teams, if you talk about the trends this season, these teams have played 3 times. None of the games have reached 206. 2 of them were under 200. I just don't see any way to get to 230 here. It's possible either one of these teams could break out. The Suns defense hasn't been great. Their last 8 road games, over 6-2, giving up 117 and change. But I think this is going to be kind of a little preview to playoff basketball. I think they play a little tighter. I've got the under 230 here.
All right. What do you think, Rachel?
I got the under as well. I have no idea why this line is so high. You're looking at the matchup so far this season, and one team has failed to reach 100 points in each of the first 3 meetings. So there's no chance I'm taking an over there. Both teams also really good defensively. Phoenix ranks 3rd in defense efficiency, while Los Angeles ranks tied for 10th. I know Paul George is back. He's also a good defensive player, so I think he should have an impact there. And Phoenix is playing against the Lakers tonight, so they are in a back-to-back with a bit of fatigue potentially. They might also be resting guys because they already clinched the 1 seed. But 230 in that type of matchup, I don't see it. I like the under as well.
Okay, so we got some agreements out of that. I like it a lot. We are going to do a little recap, but I want the viewers to get to know you guys a little bit better. So Scott Reichel and Scott Steen do a show called Back to the Window. It's Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern every day, right here on the Max Wagers Network. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing over there. What's your Bet the Farm thing? I always hear you guys talk about the Bet the Farm. I don't think I watched the show to the end. Are you getting a prop? You look like you're getting a prop.
He's getting his prop. He's getting his hat on.
That's right.
That's right.
You're so cute. Aww. Where's your hat? I want to see you.
It's hanging up. I don't know if you can see it in the camera shot or not. It's hanging up in its rightful place on the wall. I don't know why he has his handy. I'm assuming he wears it everywhere he goes. I taught him how to
off cam. It's right there.
I taught him how to tip his cap, by the way. So
that's so cute. I love it.
We do our best. We do our best play of the day. It's called our Bet the Farm special. And yes, we've got props, we've got visuals, we've got all kinds of stuff, and
sound effects.
We got sound effects. That's right. It really has. I sound like Stefan on Saturday Night Live. It's got everything. It's got sound effects, but it's we put our heads together before the show. We come up with the play that we like the best. It could be from any sport. Yesterday we had a hockey prop for national championship game, so that's what we decided to bet the farm on. So
beautiful.
It's a lot of fun. We'll go through all games and we talk to people in real time and get their information, what they're playing, give our opinion on that if they ask for it. Sometimes even if they don't, we'll just wade right in. But Bet the Farm play, and it's been going pretty well. We're running right at 60% since we started doing the show, so we're happy.
Killer. That's what my prop last night was. Will I see Roy Williams over 2.5 times? Yes, I will, and I cashed it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I should have bet the freaking farm on that. Scott Reichel, they can find you at Reichel Radio. Also, what do you have going on over there?
For the most part, just a lot of tweeting about random sporting events, maybe some rants here and there about, some things that I observe in the sports world. But also, if I like anything during the actual afternoon, I know I had a play today on tennis yesterday, which also cashed. So I'll look through some betting markets. I'll throw out some betting nuggets as well. But for the most part, if you like to see somebody ranting about some potential most outstanding player robberies or something like that for the tournament, then you know where to find.
All right. I like it. I love a good rant. I really do.
Anytime they tell me I should tweet more, I just go like Reichel. They go, no, not like that.
No, not quite. No. Not quite. But
that's a little much. I need to hire someone. Can I hire you to do my social media? I'm not a good tweeter of things. I'm really not.
We can teach you.
Huh?
We have the time.
We can teach you.
Do it.
Or I can teach you, but we'll figure it out.
All right. Is there one app I could go to where it just goes to everyone? I can just type one thing and it goes to Insta and Facebooks and all that stuff?
Yes, there is something like that.
Do you know? Do you have any idea what it is, or are you just saying yes, there is one?
I mean, I use one for another company, but yeah, we can talk about that all fair.
There are no other companies.
That's exactly my point. You're trying to lead me down a wormhole.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, everybody, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and definitely subscribe to the Winners and Whiners channel. Check out the show Back to the Window Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do some recapping. The Nets are at the Knicks 232. Reichel's going over. Steen is taking it under. We've got Thunder at the Jazz 223.5. Steen's going over. Reichel's going under. Mavericks are at the Pistons 221. Both are taking it under. Celtics Bulls 225. Both are going over. Wizards at Hawks 228.5, both going over on that one. And the Suns at the Clippers 230. We cannot figure out why this number is so large. They are both taking it under the total. Don't forget about our Caesar Sportsbook promo code MorningCZR. Get yourself hooked up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You guys are always a blast. And like I always say, may the best capper win.
Thanks for having us, Allie.